perfect start to the day.
New Radio Net presents the TJ and Riggins Show.
Just the best.
Thank you for being part of the new radio explosion.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Hello.
What is it that what's the Greek doctor? What's the name of that show, or the weight loss show?
My 600
pound life.
Yeah.
And he does all of his Instagram and TikTok videos. He'll go, "Hey, how y'all doing?
That sounds like him too.
Hey,
How you doing?
hey, how y'all doing? I just want to wish you
Yeah.
happy Memorial Day."
Real close in the camera.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
painful to watch.
Yeah, that's a good older person telltale sign. When the closer they get when talking into the FaceTime or the phone, that's the older you get.
And when they don't edit it and their hands like,
Yeah, exactly. You see him hitting the button.
Yeah. I meant to talk about this yesterday to get y'all's opinions on it, but this thing that's gone viral about the ice bucket challenge, you remember that for ALS? Now people are doing it to their dogs. Have you seen that?
No, I haven't.
Okay,
no.
so they put the dogs in a chair or something, and then they do the voice like the dog is talking and it's challenging somebody else to do just like the ice bucket challenge worked.
Okay.
And then they dump the cold water on the dog.
What?
Yeah.
so mean.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Yeah.
Because the dog doesn't know what's coming. People do.
Right.
Yeah,
It's called the Bark Your Mind Challenge. So it's in a jokey voice that's supposed to be your dog listing other dogs they are challenging, like Snoopy and Scooby Doo.
Okay.
And then dump the water on them and they freak out.
Wow.
Makes me so sad.
Mm-hmm.
Stop doing that, people.
Yeah.
If you're listening.
But my dilemma in this situation.
What's that?
When I first saw this, I thought that's terrible. You shouldn't be doing that to your dog. And that people are just so crazy about getting attention on social media that they do this kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So completely against it until I saw that a spokesperson for PETA is against it as well.
Oh.
I cannot agree with PETA.
Even if they're
What do you
right?
think? Well, here's my way out of having to agree with PETA. But the PETA spokesperson says it's, quote, a betrayal of their trust that undoubtedly leaves your dog confused and terrified. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with that part. But then there was another thing I saw where the PETA spokesperson took it past
Well, of course.
that
they
in
always do.
dramatic fashion.
Yeah, of
so
course.
that's my way out. Or I can say, well, I don't agree with how dramatically they phrased it. But
they're right.
don't do that to your dogs.
Right.
Right.
You don't like the language that they're using to describe it, but you
and
agree
that-
with them on
I
on
do like
principle.
the language they're using because it gives me a way to say I don't agree with PETA.
No, you can't do that.
Yeah.
No.
Yes, it does.
You agree with PETA. Just say it. I agree with PETA.
What if I said this? PETA agrees with me
Maybe
because
they
I'll
do.
never agree with PETA.
Maybe they do. PETA likes TJ. PETA
They love
supports
me.
TJ.
Yeah.
This is the TJ and Riggins Show.
Hey, Father's Day is coming up and some things never change. Dads want steak. From USDA certified tender steaks to burgers and more, Omaha Steaks delivers the world's best steak experience, guaranteed to secure your spot as Dad's favorite.
Shop at omahasteaks.com and give Dad the legendary Heartland quality he deserves. Plus, you get an extra $35 off with promo code TJR at checkout. Omaha Steaks offers unrivaled quality and variety, and every bite is backed by an unconditional unconditional 100% money-back guarantee.
The fan favorite filet mignon has earned the coveted distinction of USDA certified tender, and their all-new smash burgers are built for the grill. Omaha Steaks has been America's original butcher since 1917. They also carry mouthwatering burgers, chicken, pork, seafood, dessert, and easy-to-prepare comfort food.
This Father's Day, give Dad the world's best steak experience with Omaha Steaks. Visit omahasteaks.com for guaranteed perfect gifts that deliver legendary quality. And for an extra $35 off, use promo code TJR at checkout. That's omahasteaks.com and an extra $35 off with promo code TJR at checkout. See site for details.
It's now easier than ever at the homepage, TJRiggins.com. A TJ Riggins Prime button to get to invitations, links, and all the great Prime Plus exclusive content. Add it to your phone's home screen today. New Radio Net presents the TJ and Riggins Show with TJ, Riggins, Lindsay, Tech D Rob.
Sets the tone for my day.
This is the TJ and Riggins Show.
You know, I get a little confused on public intoxication laws. Like, can you just not be outside your house or off your property and be drunk or past the legal limit? Or what is the limit for public intoxication? Is it the same as driving?
I have no idea.
Because if you had, let's say you had 3 beers and you would blow a .08, but you're not driving, you're just walking down the sidewalk minding your own business, can a cop come up and say, hey, it looked like you stumbled back there. I'm going to give you a test for public intoxication.
I don't know.
Good question.
Yeah. Lindsay, you don't know the answer to that?
I mean, it's
You've been-
shocking.
Yeah, you've been drunk in public a lot, like more than most.
Okay, that is, but yes, okay.
I mean, because you could stand outside of any bar, and as soon as they walk outside, whether they're driving or not, you could pop them for public intoxication.
Right. You're
Sure.
in
Or
public.
do they have to be doing something to mess with other people to be public intoxication?
I think that's right. They have
Like
to be.
there's this poor guy walking down the sidewalk in Kentucky that I saw in the news. Next thing you know, they pop him for public intoxication. And I don't think he was doing anything to show that he was intoxicated out in the public. He was kicking and hitting a pole on the sidewalk, but he was doing it slowly. And when they asked him what he was doing, he said, I was just practicing my martial arts.
Oh, yes. In Kentucky. Love it.
Could be it.
Judy chopping. I'm ninja chopping.
Practice
Try to
public
be a ninja.
intoxication. I mean, practicing his martial arts. Hitting and kicking a utility pole.
Okay.
Oh, he did stumble and he laid himself out on the ground. Big deal. Who doesn't do that when they're sober?
Who's not tired, you know?
Yeah.
Said he quickly got off the ground and told him he was practicing his martial arts skills he read in a book to help him fend off dog attacks.
That's good. A whole book about that. That's amazing.
Yeah, karate and the
practicing.
dogs.
Judy chopping.
Because you don't never know when them dogs is coming and you got to kung fu them.
You got a kung fu, you got a Judy chop 'em, ninja chop 'em.
Ninja.
That's funny.
Yeah.
And people that get that drunk, it's always during the day, you know? Like they're always
Yeah.
arrested during the day. And it's like, how are you that drunk at 3?
Yeah. You must have started at like 6 a.m.
Yeah. Fighting a pole.
But it would be funny, though, if somebody ran across an instructional video or something about just how to defend yourself from dogs using the martial arts.
Yeah.
Who knew such a thing existed?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I bet it's not in HD if there is one of those videos.
This is the TJ and Riggins Show.
TJ Riggins Prime Plus members get all of the shows commercial free, plus a segment called Extra Extra Funny. All for the low, low price of $4.99 a month or $54.89 for a 12-month subscription. Sign up at the Media Center at tjriggins.com.
The most important stories in the world. This is Now Trending on the TJ and Riggins Show.
In case you missed it, over Memorial Day weekend, a plane was struck by lightning on its way to Denver.
Oh, yeah, I did hear about
I think
that.
it came from Florida, and it was going to Denver, and they said as they made their final descent, it was struck by lightning. Denver had some storms. I didn't even know that was possible. I mean, I guess it just never occurred to me. I've never heard of anything like that, but this was a couple weeks after all that, what was it, hail and, and turbulence?
Yeah, that was in India, though, I think.
Oh, was it?
India or Indiana? I can't remember.
India or Indiana. He doesn't remember. And then a bird went in the engine on that same flight. So hail, bird in the engine, and turbulence, I think is what it was. But getting struck by lightning, that must have been terrifying. So they said they had emergency vehicles ready at the runway to escort the plane back to its hangar or whatever, and they said it's taken out of commission for a couple of weeks while they analyze what happened to the craft.
Global warming, man.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, climate change.
Caused the...
Got planes falling out of the sky. Whole thing. And why? Because we're burning all these incandescent light bulbs in here.
Is that what's happening?
Yeah.
That's terrible. That'd be real scary, though. So that is in the news today. That old Powerball is up to $200 million. Next drawing tonight. So cash value about $100 million. So you'd be all right with that. Would you retire with $100 million, TJ?
No.
You'd still work.
No, I'd still be doing 2 jobs.
Because it's fun,
Get down there and do something.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like it's, hard. It's fun.
Yeah, I'd still be getting up early in the morning and then working at night. Sure.
I mean, you laugh, but look at Mick Jagger. He's in his 80s. Why is that guy still running around stage? Wouldn't you just want to go sit at your fancy house on the beach or something? You're in your 80s.
When I was young, I didn't get it when older people would say that it's not good to retire, or I'd hear old people say, I'm not retiring. I'm not. It didn't make sense to me then, but it does now, the older I get. Yeah. Because it's so easy just to let yourself sit down and not do anything, especially with technology the way it is now.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if every day all I had to do was wake up and go upstairs and watch TV?
Yeah, it'd be awesome.
Yeah.
You would love it.
I really wouldn't, though.
You don't think?
No, because I'd be trying to talk to the walls and my brain would be fried because, you got to continue to exercise your brain and do something.
Yeah, that's what they say. Yeah. But, I mean...
I've seen it a lot, though, with people they were very with it and spry, as they say, and just completely sound. And then they retire completely. And then within 5 years, it looks like they've aged 20.
Really?
Yeah.
That fast?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so that's not your thing. That's not going to work for you. That wouldn't work for you.
Right. I'd probably take on another job to make ends meet. Yeah. Why not?
Maybe in the middle of the night. Yeah, something even later.
Security?
Yeah, you could do that. Yeah, you'd be good at that.
Or just to, buff the floors of the hospital when nobody's around. Why not?
You'd be so good at that. And then Jordan Hudson in the news. That is the girlfriend of Bill Belichick. Spotted wearing a ring on her ring finger. A lot of people assuming that she is engaged to Bill Belichick, the 73-year-old football coach. Mm-hmm. So she's 24. So she's got a lot of time on her hands.
Perfect couple.
I love these two
perfect
together,
couple.
right? So we got more next.
More TJ and Riggins coming up.
Okay, guys, I can't gatekeep this anymore. I cannot wait for you to try Love Indus skincare products. I am so obsessed with them. Love Indus has gotten awards in Cosmopolitan magazine, in Vogue, Beauty Best Products. You're going to love Love Indus. It's a celebrated skincare line that blends South Asia's rarest ingredients with advanced dermatology. It consistently gets beauty reviews and rave reviews on the products. You have to check them out. Over 5-star reviews. It's insane. And I spoke with them, and they actually gave all the listeners of our show 21% off their entire order with code TJ. So get it at loveindus.com or the deals page at tjriggins.com/deals.
It's now easier than ever at the homepage, tjriggins.com. Oh, look, our new subscribe button, where you can make sure you're getting the new shows right when they're posted. Find listening options for Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, social media sites, and more. Add it to your phone's home screen today.
You're listening to the TJ and Riggins Show Birmingham, sponsored by Mandu at 2825 and a half 18th Street South, or find out about your first session being free at tjriggins.com/fitness.
Now, back to the TJ and Riggins Show.
Listen everywhere.
Thank you for being part of the new radio explosion.
Forgot to mention this. I learned something really interesting last weekend, that my two sisters-in-law are both, they're not banned from their kids' schools, but I think they are not welcome.
What?
That's what I heard. And I have not talked to either
Do
of them.
tell. I need deets.
Yeah, well, I don't have all the details, but I know my sisters-in-law. They're the women my brother's married, obviously. And one of them is way more, well, I don't even want to say that. They're
Vocal?
just different types of personalities, but it turns out I think they're both not welcome because they've gotten into some sort of spats with the administration. But that was kind of my question. Is that a common thing to be banned from your kid's school? Do you know anybody that's been banned? Lindsay, you're not banned from your kid's school yet, are you?
Not that I know of.
Do you know people?
Possibly coming up.
Why do you say that?
Well, I don't know. I think when your kids get into like big school, meaning kindergarten through 12th grade, I think things could happen where you feel passionately about, I don't know.
Yeah.
I hope I'm never.
She's not going to get banned from. I'm telling you, you got to do some bad stuff to get banned from school.
Well, and I don't want to use the word banned because they weren't banned.
Yeah,
but
I don't think they're banned. They can't be banned.
They can't be banned. But
They're
I guess
just not welcome.
Yeah, I think that was
Which
the
is
word.
the same thing as being banned.
Is it?
Yeah.
No.
You're not welcome here.
No, it's not that. It's just that they probably know that when they see them coming, they're just like, oh, who's dealing with them today?
Yeah, exactly.
Who's dealing with her today?
And I can't believe
Like,
that.
here, look, I talked to her last. You're up. You deal with her. That kind of thing means unwelcome. But when you're banned, you just like as soon as they step foot on the property, you're like, you've got to leave or we're calling the police.
Yeah.
I thought it was just a nice way of saying, like, you're not welcome here. Like, take a hint.
Yeah.
But maybe they're just vocal about, they're passionate.
Yeah, I hear like loud mouth.
Passionate,
When I
yeah.
hear passion, I hear loud mouth. Like, what could they have done? And I love them both so much. So I am curious. I'm going to have to follow up with them and see what they did to get unwelcomed at the school. But there's a Texas mom. She's got a 6th grader. Her son brought a cell phone to school, and apparently you can't do that. So the office took the phone, and then they called her and said, you're the only person that can come get the phone after school. So she goes up there. They say, you owe us $15. They charge her for getting her son's phone back that she paid for. $15. And she said, and it wasn't even cash or check. I had to Venmo, Cash App, this one school administrator. And the name under the Venmo was not even the school's name. It was her personal name.
Oh,
But
that's shady.
apparently it's totally reasonable to do that according to state laws. That you're allowed to charge, I think, up to $15 in Texas to get students' items back.
Well,
And it's
rules are
public
rules.
school?
This is a
It's
public
a government school.
It's a public school. And she said, my son was in the wrong. He knew he wasn't supposed to have a phone. I'm not arguing that. I'm just saying, $15, what are your thoughts on that? And the internet has responded.
But why would it go to that one administrator?
Why? That's what
Why
she's
not go
asking.
to the school?
That's what she's asking.
Why couldn't she just write a check to the school or the booster club or whatever they do with it?
When somebody tells you, sorry, only Cash App, that
Yeah.
should send up sort of like,
Yeah.
make your ears perk up a little bit more. She
Yeah,
said
'cause
I
we-
was speechless.
We pay $1 per minute if we're late, but we just give cash to the school. So it's different. You're not Venmoing somebody personally.
It's $1 a minute?
Yeah.
If you're late picking
you're
up the
late.
kids from the daycare school.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. They're not babysitters, Riggins.
Yeah, right.
Right.
More TJ and Riggins coming up. Make your company part of the new radio explosion. Go to tjriggins.com/explosion. Thank you for joining us. This is TJ and Riggins. What is new radio? New radio is
streaming everywhere.
Listen to the show starting each weekday morning at 7 Eastern, 6 Central. This is the TJ and Riggins Show.
Yes. Yes. You know it's bear season, right?
Yeah.
Bear. It seems like there are more bear sightings now than there have been in a long time. I've sighted a bear myself. In person.
Yes, you did.
Sighted a bear. But this family in Kentucky came home and there was a giant hole in their ceiling of their cabin because a big old fat bear had crashed through the ceiling and was just hanging out in their kitchen.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh.
Big old fat black bear.
Through the ceiling. A bear comes crashing down? That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's terrifying.
Yeah, I don't think they were home, would that be better or worse if you're, I guess if you came home and then all of a sudden you open the door and there's a bear in your kitchen, wouldn't be as bad as if you're sitting there in the living room and a bear comes crashing through and you're in the house with it.
Yes. 100%. It's better that they were gone.
Yeah.
But I wonder how many bear attacks there are a year in U.S. America by black bears.
I think the bear attack number overall is like 40-something per year, and only 3 of them are fatal. It doesn't specify what percentage are grizzly versus black and polar.
Yeah. Because it seems like that the black bears are a little more friendly than a grizzly or a polar.
Not as aggressive, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But, I mean, famous last words, right?
Please. I'd rather not put up my dukes against any bear if you gave me the opportunity.
Not even if it's been declawed and muzzled, which I've seen. Back before animal rights was a thing.
Yeah, sounds that way.
There used to be that traveled through Louisiana, where I grew up, where you could go wrestle a bear. Yeah. And the bear was muzzled, and I don't know if they declawed it. I think maybe they did. Or it had things on its hands that it couldn't get through, like the claws couldn't get through. But they would go to bars and stuff, and people would pay to whoop the bear, and the bear was undefeated.
I hate that.
Yeah.
That's not great.
Well, it's outside of the muzzle and the declawing part of it. The actual wrestling of the bear was not hurting the bear at all.
You don't think?
No. You know, now they talk about 100 men taking on a bear. We're talking one-on-one back then, Brother Riggins.
In a bar.
In a bar.
Yeah.
Yeah, with sawdust for padding.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh.
Yeah. I take back whatever I said about Louisiana. It sounds awesome.
Yeah, it sounds terrible.
But they don't do that anymore.
Yeah.
You know, they did away with that a long time ago during the Clinton administration.
Is that right?
Or maybe it was Obama.
Like, no
Or
more
Bush.
fighting bears.
They should muzzle it and do like a cuddle session. That's what I would be down for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I bet the bear wouldn't.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'd make him.
That bear would cuddle you to death. One squeeze.
Pop you.
To hear your head pop.
Yeah.
I don't want to cuddle old bear.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
This is TJ and Riggins.
Hey, it's TJ, the #1 influencer for Cozy Earth. So why did I agree to endorse such a frou-frou company like Cozy Earth? Well, because they wouldn't stop begging me. And at least all their stuff is super luxurious, and they have the perfect Mother's Day gifts. Now look, I'm not gonna lie to you. You may have sticker shock right at first, but don't freak out because you're gonna get a huge 41% discount on everything because you know me. Just use my name as the code and you're gonna save a lot of money. Go to tjriggins.com/deals for Cozy Earth and use the code TJ this Mother's Day.
Add tjriggins.com to your phone's home screen. Open your phone's browser, type tjriggins.com, and click the top banner to learn how to easily add to both iOS and Android phones. Everything is now on the homepage, tjriggins.com.
In Ace's memory, Peyton's Promise is doing more in 2025 thanks to you and great partners like the Temple Team at tjriggins.com/Temple Team or 704-235-3000. Let them know TJ sent you.
The most important stories in the world. This is Now Trending on the TJ and Riggins Show.
Hamburger. Today is National Hamburger Day. Hamburger Day. Not Cheeseburger Day. That's a different day.
Oh, is it?
Today is National Hamburger Day. But if given the choice, I'm going cheeseburger every time.
Yeah.
Nothing personal. I like a hamburger. I'll eat it if that's what you got. I just prefer a cheeseburger.
What kind of cheese?
You know what? I can go a couple different ways. I don't like blue cheese. I like an American. I like a Kraft single on a burger. Melts great. Pepper jack, provolone even.
Cheddar.
Yeah.
Cheddar, sure. I'm good.
Yeah,
with
I'm an American or cheddar or pepper jack.
so good.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I made the best burgers I think that I've ever cooked in my life.
Really?
Over the Memorial Day weekend, because we work with Omaha Steaks.
Yeah.
And those filet mignon burgers that they have in one of the packages you can get. Oh,
Filet mignon burgers.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever had anything any better
That's
of any dish
Yeah.
than that cheeseburger was. And I put 2 slices of pepper jack on it.
Holy.
Sounds so, my mouth's watering.
Will you get down on a burger, Lindsay?
Oh, yeah.
You will.
3 times a day.
Give me all the burgers, man.
She's like, eats one, gets right back in line.
So it is National Burger Day, but burgers are also in the news because it was revealed during the Diddy trial that's ongoing. One of his assistants say P. Diddy had some weird food requests, including he loves burgers, but he likes putting applesauce on his burgers.
Yeah.
Apparently, Diddy's obsessed with applesauce.
I said when I read that, I says to myself, okay, I'd try that. It doesn't sound gross.
I'm sorry, that sounds gross. It
Yeah,
does. Applesauce?
I would try it, at least. It doesn't sound repulsive to me, no.
Oh, it does to me.
Because like the sweet and salty vibe, I'm kind of getting that. Mm-hmm. But it's so cold and.
Yeah, they said he's also obsessed with ketchup. So with every food that he was eating, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, he wanted a lot of ketchup.
Well, that's a crazy person. I like ketchup.
That's
but
weird.
To put it on everything,
I picture him with a jar of applesauce and a thing of ketchup just on everything.
Yeah.
There seems to be like getting a lot. Like he had allegedly a lot of bottles of baby oil and a lot of ketchup now and a lot of applesauce. He liked a lot of weird things.
Obsessive compulsive, like.
Almost, yeah.
But yeah, I wouldn't combine I would either applesauce or ketchup on a burger if I'm going to,
Yeah.
I wouldn't want ketchup and applesauce together.
Ooh, no, not fun. And then there's a tweet going viral that I thought was kind of interesting. It said, I've been living for 45 years and I've never seen a Chinese food commercial.
Yeah.
Good point.
Never really thought about that. Why is that? No marketing budget for Chinese restaurants? I mean, what's the deal?
I don't know.
They probably don't have to.
And maybe they just don't have to.
I think I've seen local commercials at the beach. When you're at the beach and they have that local channel that shows you everything that's around in the area, and they're really amateur shots and all of that. Yeah. I think I've seen Chinese restaurants in that. I know I've seen hibachi grill restaurants.
Okay, yeah, you might get a hibachi one.
That's not Chinese, but
yeah.
But just for a TV commercial about the buffet, no.
I don't know.
Outside of being at the beach.
Yeah, and now everybody's going,
that's
I've seen this one. I've seen this one. I've seen it before. I know it happens. But a lot of people wondering that out in the world today. A meeting by chance that has taken the internet by storm. You're going to love this story next.
This is the TJ and Riggins Show.
When you subscribe to the show, you get all of our shows right when you open up your podcast apps, YouTube app, or social media. Learn more at tjriggins.com/subscribe.
New Radio Net presents the TJ and Riggins Show. With TJ, Riggins, Lindsay, Tech D Rob. Now, back to the TJ and Riggins Show. Thank you for being part of the new radio explosion.
All right, we're We're still getting, or we did get a lot of comments yesterday about this conversation we had about the sunscreen. Yesterday was National Sunscreen Day, and whether or not you would put sunscreen on a stranger if they ask you to at the beach or at the pool. And I said I would do it unless it is. Y'all hearing something?
Yeah, something.
Some kind of scratching or something? Unless it is someone who, if it's a woman who is attractive, I'm not going to do it because I don't want anybody to mistake my kind gesture to help out as something of my being perverted.
Sure.
Or with ulterior motive or something.
I get that.
And then people are like, as important as it is to protect your skin from the sun, if somebody genuinely needed your help and you wouldn't do it, mainly talking to Riggins and Lindsay, who wouldn't do it, saying that y'all are just uncaring, unkind people.
Well, they're mistaken. I said I would do it.
Yeah, I would do it too.
But you wouldn't do it if it's a guy.
Yeah, on any guy.
Right. Not even an old man that needed your help or whatever.
I don't think so.
No.
It'd be weird.
So it would have to be a woman, not good looking. It wouldn't have to be a stipulation either, right?
Yeah.
So it could be an ugly woman, and you'd still do it. And would you look at it as more of? Would you look at it as more of a kind gesture if it is an ugly woman?
Yeah.
Like unless you sacrificed by having to touch an ugly woman.
No, I'll be all right with that. And honestly, it could go either way. The way she's asking me, if she's saying it in kind of a flirty way, I'm going to accept that. That's okay with me. Even if she is ugly and she wants to flirt with me, I'm down for flirting.
Sure.
Okay.
I don't care.
Now, does it make a difference if she is standing or lying on her stomach on a lounge chair, a beach chair?
What do you mean? Would it matter? Would I say no?
Is it a different thing to be rubbing it on somebody if they're standing in front of you or rubbing it on them if they're lying down on their stomach?
It seems more intimate if she's lying down on her stomach.
Because that's the way they show it in the movies all the time.
Yeah.
Lotioning, oiling. Yeah. I can't take it anymore.
So, Lindsay, you said you would do it on a guy.
No, I do it on anybody. I'm a girl's girl. You know me. I do it on anybody.
Right. So if the guy is lying down on his stomach, which first of all, it's so hard for a man to lie on his stomach at the pool or the beach without looking like a complete idiot, I think.
Yeah.
Just face down. Yeah, it's kind of feminine.
Yeah. But if he's lying on his stomach, you would get down there and do it, or would you make him stand up?
I would get down there and do it. I don't like how I look bent over in a swimsuit by any means, but I get down there. Especially if he's hot. Listen, if they're good looking, I'm like, sure, whatever, you know.
Now, what would your husband say if he's off playing with the kids and he walks up and you're rubbing some guy down in sunscreen?
I don't know. He'd probably be like, what's going on? And I'd be like, shut up. Go take care of the kids. Mind your biz.
Like, this is Lindsay. Probably
Mind your biz. I'm just kidding.
Just always being handsy with other men.
Hey, let's go.
This is the TJ and Riggins Show.
Hey, it's TJ, and if you need anything when it comes to real estate, then you have to talk to our friends, the Temple team at Keller Williams Realty. Why? Because they're the experts when it comes to anything real estate. They even fly all over the world and teach other people how to do what they do. Jody and I have always used the Temple team, and we love every one of them. Yes, even Kent Temple, and he and I get on each other's nerves from time to time, but still love each other. Make sure you tell them you heard about it from us. Go to tjriggins.com/Temple team for the Temple team at Keller Williams Realty.
It's now easier than ever at the homepage, tjriggins.com. Oh, look, our new subscribe button, where you can make sure you're getting the new shows right when they're posted. Find listening options for Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, social media sites, and more. Add it to your phone's home screen today.
Every Monday, there's a fresh new episode of the TJ and Jody's House podcast, starring TJ and his wife, Jody. It's a look inside their lives, and you don't want to miss it. It's all brought to you by Sweet Dreams Furniture and Mattress. Go to tjriggins.com/mattress for more information. That's tjriggins.com/mattress.
Thank you for being part of the new radio explosion.
Baby, let's go.
Now, back to the TJ and Riggins Show.
I love this story. It's a story gone viral. TJ, are you an organ donor?
Yes.
You are. Have you always been an organ donor, or did you change your status?
No, from the time I got my driver's license and when I was 15.
I am too. Lindsay, are you an organ donor?
I am.
You are. Is Rob? Is he there? Can he hear us? For some reason, I want to say he's not.
I am.
Oh, you are. Okay.
Did you change that? Because I remember you not being one too.
Who, me?
No, Rob.
Rob.
I don't remember changing it.
Oh.
Okay. So everybody's an organ donor. I think that's great. I love the fantasy I have is like when somebody donates an organ, a man donates an organ to a woman, or a woman donates an organ to a man, and they meet by chance, and then they fall in love and get married. I don't know that that's happened, but I feel like that's been fictionalized on TV before.
No, I've seen it in tabloids and stuff, or like the New York Post or the Sun, where they're usually foreign when they meet up. Because like I want to meet to say thank you, and then they realize they're both single, and then they hit it off. And
It's kind of great. I think it's so cool.
Usually ugly people.
What are you saying?
The ones I've seen are unattractive.
Are they really?
Yeah. Well, they're from the countryside of England.
I got you.
I'm just kidding.
They're not donating straight teeth, I'll tell you that much. But this has actually happened. A friendship, a relationship has blossomed, but it wasn't through an organ. It was through blood transfusion. So a patient was at the hospital needing blood, and they actually called this one specific person that they knew had the same blood type. And they called him in an emergency, came and donated the blood and saved the other person's life. But, oh, wait a minute. You know what? I read this wrong. They weren't people at all. They were dogs.
Oh.
A dog was called to donate blood to save the life of another dog.
Oh, that's cool.
I didn't even know that was a thing. Donating blood to another dog that needed its help. The dog that was sick was at the point where she could hemorrhage to death. So they actually called another owner and said, "Hey, would you mind your dog coming in to donate some blood?"
Okay, well, I mean, how do the extreme animal people handle that? Because the dog didn't choose to go in, get under the needle. The owners chose that for him.
I'm just saying, I'm thinking about my own dog. If they call me and say, "Can you bring him in here to give some blood for another dog?" I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know that that's going to be.
Are there any complications? I would ask a lot of questions, but if everything is fine, I'd do it.
You would donate Teddy's blood to save another dog?
Yeah, I mean, if as long as Teddy's okay. I mean, they would never want Teddy's blood. He had so many issues.
Yeah.
But if he was cool after, yeah.
What if it was
what if it's an organ?
Yeah.
Not an organ. Let's not get crazy.
And what
blood.
If just blood. And what if it's an ugly dog that it's going to? And he's mean.
I'm kidding. I would do the blood. I wouldn't do an organ.
Okay. Well,
not going to risk his life.
Yeah.
It would depend on the dog.
Me too.
Because if it's a mean dog, then no. I'm not trying to save a mean dog with my dog's pure innocent blood.
Yeah.
Well, true.
I'd go
if it was mean.
I'd go beyond personality. I'd go based on looks too.
You a damn lie. Are you kidding me?
No.
Riggins.
I would go by the political affiliation of the owners.
Oh God. We're getting too deep. We're getting
totally
too deep.
kidding, of course. It's a joke. Calm down. Everybody calm down.
Joking.
Please.
I know TJ's not joking.
Yeah, I'm joking.
He's joking.
All right, let's go.
This is the TJ and Riggins Show. Subscribe to all the shows at tjriggins.com and never miss the latest episodes. Thank you for joining us. This is TJ and Riggins. TJ and Riggins. TJ and Riggins. TJ and Riggins.
The perfect start to the day.
New Radio Net presents the TJ and Riggins Show.
Just the best.
Thank you for being part of the new radio explosion.
Okay. This is an important question, and I know this is going to really make a difference in the world. Let's say You are alone in a spooky house.
You're good. How spooky is
It's
it?
spooky.
Okay.
And it's dark and it's been abandoned and all of that. Would it be creepier for you to hear a loud echoing laugh? Woman, a man, an old person, or a baby? Which one would creep you out the most?
Ooh.
I think an old woman.
Yeah.
You know,
That
like witch-like.
I think baby.
Yeah. I'm gonna go in between those two. I think it would be a hard choice for me because a crazy baby laugh in a spooky house would not be good.
No.
No.
But that wouldn't. Those both would be creepier than just like a big like that.
Right.
You're going more of
Yes.
like that.
That's
Okay.
maniacal.
Well, this is a baby laugh that people are saying sounds wicked. That's the mom. Whoa.
That's the perfect creepy baby laugh.
If he could keep that
Yeah.
going and
Yeah.
like with an echo sound on it,
yeah.
If I hear that just blaring through a spooky house,
Yeah.
I'm going to embarrass everybody that knows me.
Yeah.
I am running out of there so fast.
It's
Yeah,
insane.
The echo, you're right, makes the whole thing.
Oh my gosh.
So, baby laugh not as creepy to you, Riggins, as old woman laugh.
I think I'm still going old woman.
Yeah, and Lindsay's with the baby.
Yeah.
Mm.
But the man's hilarious.
Yeah. See, like, is that James Earl Jones?
Yeah, who is that?
He's laughing.
This is the TJ and Riggins Show.
The Charlotte area is lucky to have experts like Bradham Comfort Services to help with all your HVAC and electrical needs. Do you need a generator installed or serviced? They can handle that too. Go to bradhamcomfort.com to check out their 50th anniversary specials and to schedule your HVAC, electrical, and generator service or installation today. That's bradhamcomfort.com for Bradham Comfort Services, servicing the Charlotte area for 50 years. That's bradhamcomfort.com.
It's now easier than ever at the homepage, TJRiggins.com. Click the deals button to get all our exclusive best deals anywhere from all of the TJ and Riggins show partners. Add it to your phone's home screen today.
The TJ Riggins 24/7 Carolina stream is available in the Media Center at TJRiggins.com. Sponsored by R. Gregory Jewelers in Statesville. Go to TJRiggins.com/diamond. At R. Gregory Jewelers, we speak diamond.
New Radio Net presents the TJ and Riggins Show with TJ, Riggins, Lindsay, Tech D Rob.
Sets the tone for my day.
This is the TJ and Riggins Show.
Yep. Oh, there was a celebrity that died. Somebody sent me a message that said that they died from the TJ curse.
What?
Yeah, I can't.
No
Hold
way.
on a minute. Yeah.
It's been so long since that's happened.
Let's see.
What?
Oh yeah, this came in last week, Wednesday. It said, "Dude, you just mentioned Cheers on today's Extra Funny, which was obviously recorded since y'all are out because we were out for our vacation. And Norm died yesterday. You did it again. So,
Okay,
Oh
but
my
can we count that one? That one's going to be on the fence.
because if you don't know that, it's when in the past I've mentioned obscure celebrities that nobody's, they haven't done anything in a while. Like years ago, I said something about Donna Summer's white microphone, that I wanted one of those white microphones. And we went on and on about Donna Summer, and nobody had been talking about Donna Summer for years.
Yeah, I was like,
And then got off the air, and TMZ reported within an hour of our getting off the air that Donna Summer had just died. Things like that. And that kind of coincidence has happened before. But yeah, I don't know.
it's tough because you did say it, and it did happen, within a few hours, but you didn't say it live, so I don't know that counts.
Yeah.
This one's on the edge.
I think it. So how long in between did it happen?
That's a good question too.
I don't know.
I don't know.
But is Cheers an obscure topic? Because it is, pretty popular in streaming and all of that now. So I don't know.
I don't even know that it needs to be obscure.
I think it counts. We never talk about Cheers. I mean,
yeah.
When do we talk about Cheers?
And then George Wendt, the guy who played Norm on there, died.
Yeah. And Lindsay, I don't know. TJ talks about Cheers a lot.
Does he?
Yes.
Okay, maybe here and there, but not since.
Not on the show.
Not on the show.
I've been on the show. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think it counts.
You think it counts?
I'm creeped out. Honestly, I'm a little creeped out by it. Honestly.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of some of the other ones that's happened with.
Oh my gosh.
But I do have.
We've got a list somewhere.
This terrible curse.
How do you do that?
I don't know. I got to go to the voodoo lady or something.
Yeah. Because they're getting to be people you really enjoy.
I know.
Oh.
I ain't going to talk about nobody I love no more.
Yeah.
This is the TJ and Riggins Show. The most important stories in the world. This is Now Trending on the TJ and Riggins Show.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Today's National Flip-Flop Day. National Flip-Flop Day. Are you a flip-flop guy, TJ? Or are you more of a slide?
I'm a flip-flop.
You're a flip-flop guy.
Mm-hmm.
Lindsay, do you have the same contempt for men's toes that other women seem to have, specifically Gen Z and millennial women?
I don't. I've never understood it.
Yeah, it depends on the individual.
But
I would think.
They go beyond. They're just like, it's summer. That means the worst part about summer is that you have to see all these men's toes. They just can't stand it.
That's because
I'm going to be honest. Oh, what were you saying?
It's because they think they're supposed to say that because it's been going around the internet. Yeah.
Is that what it is?
Mm-hmm.
And I've never once looked at someone's toes, just to be looking at them.
Yeah.
It's just not something I think of.
Yeah, feet. I just don't even think about the feet really, unless they're crazy jacked up, like yours, Lindsay. But I don't even think. No, I'm just kidding.
Obviously.
And Lindsay talks about her jacked up feet, but I've never even noticed. Even if she showed me, I think she did. I didn't even notice that they were. She had whatever she's got.
And
going
I'm more dramatic about it because it's funny, obviously. Yeah. But I'm just not I don't care really. If you got jacked up feet, fine.
Yeah, you can live with it.
Well,
whatever. If your face is jacked up, now we got a problem.
If your face looks like your foot,
but
now we got a problem.
But if your feet are messed up because you don't put the effort into doing the basic, grooming things, then it's disgusting.
Nasty.
Yeah.
I get that.
I mean, but just because, whatever God gave you that you can't help, that's a different deal.
Yeah.
For
sure.
True.
But if you just
But God didn't give you long, nasty, dirt under them toenails. Jagged.
That's not part of God's plan.
Right.
Cut your nails.
Cut your nails, exactly. McDonald's is in the news. They've officially closed all of their Cosmix restaurants. Now, if you haven't heard of a Cosmix, they started them about 2 years ago. It's all based on beverages. So full line of coffees and drinks and things like that. There was only 5 of them in the United States, 1 in Illinois, and then the other 4 were in Texas. But it did not do well.
It's just a drink station kind of thing? Just
desserts, they did some bakery items, but cinnamon cocoa lattes and different kinds of soda mixes and things like that.
Yeah, do what you do.
You're McDonald's.
Do what you do.
Yeah, I agree with you. So this spinoff was not successful. So they're closing down all the Cosmix out there. And then a father is warning other parents as summer approaches, be careful if your kids decide to get one of those mermaid tail swimsuits. His daughter almost drowned because she stuck her arms inside the mermaid tail in a kiddie pool, 2 feet of water, almost drowned. So be extra careful with those things. You're binding their legs together, essentially.
Yeah.
And if they put their arms in there, they basically become immobile. So
how old is the daughter?
She was 7, I believe. 7 or 5. Very young. So super scary out there, but be careful of the mermaid tails. We've got more coming up next.
More TJ and Riggins coming up.
Hey, it's TJ, and if you live in the Charlotte area, there is something that you need to do. You need to get your furniture from Sweet Dreams Furniture and Mattress. Now, they have several locations around the Lake Norman area, but they can deliver all over the place in Charlotte area because they have a great delivery team. Now, we're talking beautiful furniture for the living room and the bedroom, as well as, obviously, great mattresses and pillows and all of that stuff. So, go to tjriggins.com/mattress for Sweet Dreams Furniture and Mattress. Sounds like a sweet deal to me.
It's now easier than ever at the homepage, tjriggins.com. A button to our new 24/7 stream specifically created for the Carolinas. Get exclusive content, deals, and more, plus the show. New each weekday at 7 a.m. Eastern. Add it to your phone's home screen today. Now, back to the TJ and Riggins Show.
Listen everywhere.
Thank you for being part of the new radio explosion.
TJ's wife, Jody, really screwed up my day the other day, and I forgot to mention it. I'll bring that up in just a second. I'm really upset with her. But first, the TJ Riggins Show, sponsored by R. Gregory Jewelers. Head over to Statesville, North Carolina. They're right there in downtown Statesville. They love diamonds. They've been in business since 1981. Incredible people with incredible customer service. Find a gift for somebody extra special in your life. rgregoryjewelers.com. So I think it was last Friday. Settled in to take a nap, I think. I'm getting comfortable. It's a perfect day. Already walked the dog, and I get this text from TJ's wife, Jody, and she says, hey, no big deal, but I made those lemon cookies that everybody talks about. About a year ago, I had posted this recipe, and it blew up. It did really well on the internet. And she said, well, I made them today, and if you need any pictures, want to post them, nope, don't feel any pressure. I'm just sending them to you if you want them. I said, that's perfect. Great content. I'll get them up today. So I added the pictures to our social media thing, and I put in the caption, hey, if you want the recipe, just comment recipe. And then I laid down to take a nap. And when I woke up about 30 minutes later, there were over 150 comments that said recipe. And I went, damn it. Now I have to spend all day DMing individually people the recipe to Jody's lemon cookies. I don't know what I was thinking.
Why didn't you just post it in the caption?
Because it's a good, fun way to get engagement and things like that, and it builds a relationship. And I was so happy to do it. I'm so excited that people wanted the recipe. But, yeah, on a Friday afternoon, I just wanted to drink beers, and I spent hours individually messaging people. And I still got more to do. So if you haven't gotten it, I will get to you. But on Instagram and Facebook.
That's hilarious.
Oh, I didn't even think. I thought it was just Instagram. It was
no,
Facebook.
I did it on Facebook, got twice as many. So I was like, what did I do? I really screwed this up. But
because she came to me and said, he's always looking for content. He tells me he's looking for content.
That is true.
Yep.
And then she goes, so here's that little lemon plate that I bought at the dollar store to put them on. And then, it's like, okay, good.
It was a couple of different pictures. Yeah, and she found this plate at the dollar store. I knew people like that. Women especially love that.
Oh,
so
love it. I squealed when I read that.
You squeal?
Yeah, I did.
And then she was going to a get together down the street with the ladies in the neighborhood, and she got ready to go. And Miss Cheryl said, "Here, don't forget your plate." She goes, "That's yours."
My gift to you.
Yeah, I got that at the dollar store. It stays.
I love it. So I'll get to you, I promise. Lemon cookie recipe. You got it.
More TJ and Riggins coming up. Where are these huge discounts on great products? The deals page at tjriggins.com.
Check it out.
This is the TJ and Riggins Show.
Yeah.